Canada is often considered one of the most haunted countries due to its rich history, vast wilderness, and centuries-old folklore. With deep roots in indigenous legends, European settlements, and mysterious tales from remote regions, Canada's haunting reputation spans across its expansive landscape. From eerie forests and lakes to historic buildings and lighthouses, the country is filled with stories of strange encounters, ghostly apparitions, and unexplainable phenomena. Many of Canada's ghost stories originate from its rugged wilderness, where tales of lost souls and eerie sounds are common. In snowy mountain ranges and dense forests, now we will the most haunted places in Canada. Number 1. The Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel, located in the heart of Alberta's Banff National Park, is often referred to as Canada's Castle in the Rockies. With its grand architecture and stunning location amid snow-capped mountains and lush forests, the hotel has been a luxurious retreat for guests since it opened in 1888. Yet, behind its beautiful stone walls lies a reputation for being one of the most haunted places in Canada. Over the years, this historic hotel has become famous for its ghostly legends and mysterious tales, drawing countless visitors interested in its supernatural history. One of the most famous stories at the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel is that of the Ghost Bride. According to legend, a young bride was set to be married at the hotel in the early 1900s. As she descended a grand staircase in her wedding gown, she lost her balance and tragically fell to her death. Since then, guests and staff have reported seeing a woman in a white wedding dress wandering the halls, often near the staircase. Some say she dances in the ballroom, alone and forever reliving her lost wedding day. The sighting of this sad yet elegant figure has become one of the hotel's most enduring ghost stories. Another well-known spirit associated with the hotel is Sam McCauley, a former bellman who worked at the Fairmont Banff Springs during the 1960s and 1970s. Known for his friendly, dedicated service, Sam was a favorite among guests. Even after he passed away, it seems he wasn't quite ready to leave. Many guests have reported mysterious occurrences involving an elderly man in a bellman's uniform. He appears to help guests with their bags or unlock doors, only to vanish before they can thank him. Some even say he's given them directions or helped them in the elevator. His presence is described as warm and helpful, as if he's still dedicated to the job he loved. Another eerie tale revolves around room 873, a room that's been closed off and is no longer accessible to the public. The story goes that a family was once murdered in that room, and their spirits never left. Guests staying in room 873 would report strange occurrences, such as flickering lights, eerie sounds, and even sightings of ghostly figures. The most unsettling reports involved bloody fingerprints appearing on the bathroom mirror, which would return no matter how many times they were cleaned. Eventually, the room was bricked up, and a hallway mirror now covers its place. Despite the room being closed off, guests and staff still report strange happenings near that area, making it one of the hotel's most chilling stories. The Fairmont Banff Springs is also known for many small, unexplained incidents. Guests and staff report cold spots, strange noises, and sudden drafts in different parts of the hotel, especially in older areas like the kitchen and the lower levels. Phantom footsteps are frequently heard in the halls, and guests have reported hearing faint sounds of a piano playing, even when no one is in the ballroom. Some visitors have felt an unshakable sense of being watched or even touched by unseen hands. While many stories are frightening, some say they experience a sense of peace or comfort around these ghostly encounters, especially with Sam the bellman. Staff members often take these reports in stride, believing that these spirits are harmless and just part of the hotel's charm and rich history. Despite its ghostly reputation, the Fairmont Banff Springs remains a popular tourist destination. The mix of luxury and mystery attracts guests who are curious about its supernatural past. Many visitors are drawn by the chance to experience something otherworldly, whether it's a sighting of the Ghost Bride or the warm presence of Sam. The hotel even embraces its haunted history, hosting ghost tours and sharing its legendary stories. The Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel stands as a beautiful yet mysterious landmark, offering both luxurious comfort and eerie tales of the unknown. Its ghostly residents add a unique character, making the hotel as famous for its paranormal activity as for its stunning location and historic charm. For many, A stay at the Fairmont Banff Springs is not just a trip to the Rockies, but a journey into Canada's supernatural heritage. Number 2. Le Musée de Saint-Boniface Museum. Le Musée de Saint-Boniface Museum, located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, is one of Canada's oldest and most haunted historic sites. Originally built as a convent in 1846, it served as the home and school for the Grey Nuns, a religious order dedicated to educating local children and caring for the sick. Today, it's a museum dedicated to preserving the French-Canadian and Métis heritage of Manitoba, but its storied past and the many ghostly encounters reported there have earned it a chilling reputation. With reports of mysterious footsteps, ghostly apparitions, and strange voices, the museum draws countless visitors curious about its haunted legacy. The most famous ghost associated with the museum is believed to be a nun from the 19th century. According to legend, she was deeply dedicated to her work and was known to have cared tirelessly for the sick and dying during an epidemic that swept through the area. Over the years, visitors and staff have reported seeing a ghostly figure dressed in a nun's habit, walking the halls or peering out of windows. Her presence is often accompanied by a sense of peace, as if she is still caring for those who visit. The apparition of the nun is often spotted on the second floor, particularly in the room where sick patients were once treated, giving rise to the belief that she is watching over this sacred space. Another well-known ghost story tied to the museum is that of a small child who is often heard but seldom seen. In the past, the convent also served as an orphanage, providing shelter and care for children who had nowhere else to go. Some believe that one of these children, perhaps a young boy who passed away at the convent, never left. Visitors have reported hearing the sound of a child laughing or running down the hallways, only to find that no one is there. There are accounts of people feeling a small hand tugging on their clothing or hearing the faint sound of a child singing. The playful spirit of the child is believed to be harmless, adding a mix of innocence and sadness to the museum's ghostly lore. In addition to these specific spirits, there are numerous reports of unexplained sounds and sights throughout the building. Visitors and staff have often heard footsteps echoing in empty corridors, doors creaking open or slamming shut on their own, and even whispered conversations that seem to come from nowhere. The museum staff have grown accustomed to these strange occurrences, though some still find them unsettling, especially when they happen after hours. The building's old architecture, complete with creaky wooden floors and dimly lit rooms, adds to the eerie atmosphere that many say enhances the feeling of being watched or followed. The museum is also said to be haunted by Louis Riel, a famous Métis leader and founder of Manitoba who was a central figure in the province's history. Riel's body was temporarily held at the convent after his execution in 1885, and some believe that his spirit may still visit the building. Though there are fewer direct sightings of Riel, visitors have occasionally reported seeing a man dressed in period clothing who resembles him. Others say they feel a strong presence in certain rooms that seem to honor his memory, as if he's still watching over the community he once fought to protect. The museum staff have come to embrace its haunted reputation, seeing the ghostly occurrences as a part of the building's rich history. They often share these stories during tours, allowing visitors to immerse themselves in the museum's atmosphere. The museum's haunted reputation has made it a popular destination not only for history buffs, but also for ghost hunters and those interested in the supernatural. Paranormal investigators have conducted investigations within its walls, capturing recordings of strange sounds and experiencing unexplained phenomena that seem to validate the tales shared by staff and visitors alike. Despite the eerie encounters, many believe that the spirits at Le Musée de Saint-Boniface Museum are not malicious, but rather caretakers of the past, lingering out of a deep connection to the place and its mission. The Grey Nuns dedicated their lives to helping the community, and it seems fitting that some of them may still be watching over the museum. Similarly, the spirit of the child and the possible presence of Louis Riel add a deeply human element to the haunting. Number 3. The St. Louis Ghost Train, or St. Louis Light. The St. Louis Ghost Train, or St. Louis Light, is one of Canada's most intriguing and enduring ghost stories, drawing curious visitors to a remote railway track near St. Louis, Saskatchewan. This mysterious phenomenon has been reported for decades, and countless people have claimed to witness it firsthand. The St. Louis Light is known as an eerie, glowing orb or beam of light that appears on an old railway line just outside the small village. With no clear explanation for its origin, the story has become legendary in Saskatchewan and across Canada, earning a reputation as one of the country's most famous haunted sites. The phenomenon is simple yet unsettling. On dark nights, witnesses report seeing a strange light appear in the distance, moving along the abandoned railway tracks. The light varies in color, often described as white or yellow, but sometimes it shifts to red or green. It has an unusual brightness, often compared to the glow of a lantern or a train headlight, which intensifies as it seems to move closer before disappearing without a trace. The light doesn't make a sound, and it doesn't seem to be attached to any visible object. Sometimes it splits into two smaller lights, and other times it hovers eerily before fading away. The most popular local legend surrounding the St. Louis ghost train claims that the light is the ghost of a railway worker who was tragically killed on the tracks. According to the story, the worker was hit by a train and decapitated, and now his spirit roams the area searching for his lost head. The light people see is said to be his lantern, glowing as he endlessly walks along the track. This chilling tale of a ghostly figure eternally searching for what he lost has been passed down through generations, adding a layer of somber mystery to the light sightings. Another theory about the St. Louis light connects it to the ghostly presence of a train itself. Some locals believe the light is the spirit of a phantom train that once ran on this very track, forever repeating its journey. The track, which is no longer in use, used to be part of a main route for trains in the area, and some suggest that the light is a spectral echo of trains that used to pass through. The image of a ghost train silently gliding along the abandoned track, light beaming into the dark Saskatchewan night, is a haunting one that has captivated imaginations for years. The St. Louis light has been a popular attraction since the 1920s, and curious thrill seekers regularly venture to the old railway site in hopes of catching a glimpse. Many have documented their sightings, taking photos or videos, though skeptics argue that these don't fully capture the eerie essence of the light. Locals and visitors alike report that seeing the St. Louis light in person is an experience they will never forget. Some describe an overwhelming feeling of awe mixed with fear as they watch the light approach and then disappear without explanation. In 2014, a group of local high school students made headlines when they proposed a scientific explanation for the phenomenon. Using mirrors and car headlights, they suggested that the light could be an optical illusion caused by the refraction of distant car lights on the highway. Although this explanation gained media attention and some people were convinced, many locals and witnesses believe this does not fully explain the light's behavior, especially its sudden appearances and changes in color. The St. Louis light remains an enduring mystery, with believers and skeptics alike flocking to the site each year. Some who have witnessed the light report feeling a chill in the air, as if the presence of something otherworldly hangs over the railway track. Others claim that no scientific explanation can truly capture the strangeness of the experience. For many, the light is a supernatural presence, a link to the past, and a reminder of the tragic story that haunts the rails of St. Louis. Whether it's the spirit of a lost railway worker, a phantom train, or an unexplained natural phenomenon, the St. Louis ghost train continues to fascinate those who visit. This glowing, mysterious light has become a symbol of Canada's vast and mysterious landscapes, where legends live on in dark, isolated places. The St. Louis light invites people to ponder the unknown, making it one of Saskatchewan's most famous ghost stories and a must-see for anyone drawn to tales of the supernatural.